friends, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute, but since I'm gearing up for back to school, I wanted to do some tips and tricks and things I've learned over the years about college and all that good yap sesh stuff, and then we can pack my backpack while we're at it. So let's get into it. So I know it's been a minute since I was on here, but that will be a different video. But I wanted to just do a fun little back to school video, and I'm definitely gonna do like a first week, but this is just kind of like the things that I've learned and packing my backpack. So this is just your average Jansport. That's what I have. I've tried using purses, but after a long day, like especially using a laptop, like the purse will dig into my shoulder, and like it's kind of exactly where a bra strap would be. So I don't know, it's more worth it to just get a backpack. I got that one for free from my mom's office, but it doesn't really matter which one you have. A lot of people use the like cute little North Face ones. Like I can't do it digging into my shoulder because it hurts. So it's you know, it's person to person, but I've always felt like it's a backpack. It just works the best. It may not be the cutest. So the first thing I want to talk about is the laptop versus the iPad, because I've used both. So let's kind of go over that. So the iPad is great for some people. I really like my iPad. I've had the pencil. I've had this iPad for a couple years now. I've had this little thing. It's super cute if you like really want to do the whole handwritten cute kind of notes. I never figured out like what app to use. Maybe I'm just like not smart enough or whatever, but I don't know. And also like the thing about the iPad is all universities are different, but most from what I've heard use Canva, and for some assignments you just have to use a laptop. Like sometimes Canva is really not friendly. It's like a not friendly interface. So if you're trying to submit an assignment, sometimes like the layout might be different on an iPad versus a phone versus a laptop, or there's some things you might not see on an iPad. So I just always end up using a laptop when it comes to submitting big assignments. Like, yeah, iPads are good for discussion posts, or if you're in class just wanting to take some notes. But if you like really want to submit like a really big assignment, or if you have something to do, like especially when it comes to online readings, I would just stick with a laptop. If you're a parent or guardian, or if you are debating, okay, it's the first week of class, like my parent told me to think about if I want an iPad or if I want a laptop, go for the laptop. Like, yeah, they're not as cute. Yeah, like iPads are great, but I've never really been that person to do the cute like online note things. Like I just never did that. If that's a you thing, then that's really cool. But for like big assignments, big papers, you're just gonna want this. So it's just easier for me to do things on a laptop. Like I said, like especially when it comes to big assignments. So that's just my experience. So this semester, I'm definitely just gonna be using my laptop. So yeah, that is what I have learned. But it's definitely up to you. If you guys want like more in-depth video on that, I can definitely kind of like let you know what gen of iPad I have. I don't really use it anymore. I did a lot, okay? I did a lot my first couple years because I like how small it is. I have like, I think the iPad mini. So, but this keyboard dies a lot, and the charger is like a really weird like Android charger for the iPad, and like the Bluetooth like thing doesn't really work sometimes, and it takes forever, and sometimes you just really need to just start writing. And so sometimes I would be like, okay, crap, like my thing's not working, let me just get a pen and paper, and then I wouldn't have a piece of paper because I was relying on my iPad. So I don't know. That's just my experience. Don't hate me. I know some people love their iPads, but that's just what I think. Next thing is, even though I have a laptop, I still, for me, like to physically write things down. I like having the option, and especially when you're in class, like all professors are different, like all teachers are different, but some professors may not like put the slides on Canvas. So sometimes you might just have to put your laptop down, take pictures of the slides, and write them down later. I've had so many professors that are like, don't take pictures of the slides, but I just do it anyway. If it's an important slide, like sometimes they'll stop and they'll be like, okay guys, this is important, or it'll be highlighted. So definitely just like look out for that. But sometimes professors are like, don't take pictures of the slides, just do it. You're paying them to be in this class. And so, you know, if they're going really fast, just take a picture. Who cares? So yeah, I like having the option of writing things down. Sometimes I'm like, okay, this is really important. I need to know this. So I'll take a picture of the slide and write it down. But for higher level classes, they might be like, okay, we're having a discussion online. Do it before you can leave. So yeah, but I really like having the option of kind of all of the things. So I'm gonna bring my laptop and bring physical stuff, because there has been so many times when I just bring my person because I'm running late and I'm like, all right, well, I guess I should show up, and I just don't have anything. And they're like, okay, bring out your laptop. And then I'm like, oh, I don't have my laptop, I have my phone. And then they're like, oh, whip out a pencil and a paper. And I'm like, excuse me, can I have a pencil and a piece of paper? So anyway, that's why I like having all of it. And these little notebooks I get from Walmart, they're like $5. They're probably sold out now, but these I get every semester because they are one notebook. I am not a fan of bringing 3 billion notebooks and one for each class. That is so annoying to me because I don't want to make my backpack heavier than it needs to be. So yeah, I use some of the pages for my summer class, but I'm just gonna rip those out. So yeah, this is a good investment. And also I got some cute little ones for like $5 at TJ Maxx. So I'm gonna bring these, even though I just said that I don't like carrying a bunch of notebooks, but they're cute. So I'm gonna bring them. And then, you know, see what I want to do and see what I can always use it for something else. Something else that I feel like is really important to mention is don't buy books. Like obviously I'm sure people say that all the time, but I've only ever bought like 2 books for classes. If you don't need to, if your professor doesn't say you need this book, physical form, to read for this class, don't get it. You're gonna spend an extra $50 to $100 on a book. Like I've only ever bought like a couple books. One of them was for a history class and he was like, you need all the books this semester. And I think I only got like 1 out of the 3. I'm not saying don't go by the curriculum, because obviously you should do what works for you. If you want the book to feel like you're, you know, that's how you learn, then get the book. But in my experience, I've never felt like I needed the book. So yeah, and most of the time it's online anyway. So yeah, but definitely wait until a couple, like the next week, the second week of class, because the first week of class is just like introduction most of the time, or they'll have you like do an about me paper, or like give us a description of who you are and what your major is, which is fun, I guess, if you're a first year, because you get to like talk about it. But this is my pencil case. This has been with me like all 4 years. I think I got it at Five Below or something, and I thought it was really cute. So yeah, I've got this kind of Sharpie, guys, is the best. I saw one from my mom's office, but the click, like sometimes you just need a Sharpie. Like I feel like highlighters are not important, but like I tried. I really tried being super cute my first year and having an iPad and trying to do all the cute notes and trying to highlight everything, but definitely do the cute stuff because it's cute. So get all the cute highlighters, get all the cute stuff, But moral of the story is you don't have to, you don't need that stuff. Another thing that I would most recommend, if you pay attention to anything in this video, just bring some wired headphones. No matter what kind of phone you have, they are always important. And it is so annoying when headphones die. Like, I gotta be honest, guys, it just is. And there has been so many freaking times when I'm on campus and I don't have my headphones, 2, they die, or 3, I'm just like, this is not working. My Bluetooth is not working. I don't know why. And I just go to the bookstore and I buy headphones for $20. So just invest in some. They're the best because sometimes you just want to listen to music in between your classes. And yeah, just buy some. That's it. Just buy some. Next thing is a good water bottle. This is the best water bottle I've ever had. And I have had so many different kinds of water bottles. I've had the Stanley, the OG Hydro Flask, all the other different ones. If you want, I can make a whole video on that because that is like a whole different conversation. But this is the best one that I have had so far. And let me tell you why. So I really just like the straw mechanism. I know it like looks really dumb, but sometimes when the Stanley straw hits the bottom of this thing, can't really like suck up as much water and it keeps stuff cold, and it's just my favorite. But keep a water bottle on campus with you. Most campuses have like a bunch of water fill up stations, and walking across campus can get super duper exhausting. Like, you would think it wouldn't, and your class may not be very far, but walking from like here on campus to here, it's like, oh my god. And especially because there's a bunch of people and it's hot and the classes are hot and things are stuffy, and you see a water bottle. Another tip I would say is sign into an iClicker account right now. Guys, so really quick, I was editing this video and I didn't really realize that I didn't kind of explain what iClicker is. It is just like a participation thing. Most of the time, that's how professors take attendance. So if you're in class, they'll be like, okay, hey guys, answer this iClicker question, and like that's how they'll take attendance for the day. Or it'll be like a participation point worth 10 points or something. So it's free. I think you just use your student email and you just sign in, and it's just like they'll have a question, you put in the little code, and you put, oh, out of these 4 questions, like which one's right. And most of the time you don't even have to get them right. It's more just so that you're like looking up from your phone once in a while, or like paying attention to the lecture. So it's like not anything complicated, but there have been a couple times when I didn't download it on my phone and then I had to make an account, and I was like, oh my god, what even is this? So it's not anything complicated, but it's always nice to be prepared. So that's just what that is. Also, always keep your student ID on you, no matter what. Because around on campus, and you ask, you guys have student discounts? You guys have student discounts? I went to a nail place the other day, and I got my nails done with my mom, and they had a student discount. And it was nowhere near campus. So basically, moral of the story is they'll give you like 5 to 10% off. And who wouldn't want that? Especially like in a college town, never hurts to have that. Another thing that I would definitely recommend is taking advantage of your first week of class. Like, you don't know what you're doing, and you're not supposed to know what you're doing, especially if you're a first year. Like, it's okay. But I honestly, those 100 level classes, the professors don't like teaching them, so they can be kind of mean. But like your Comp 100 class, or, you know, it's okay to not know what you're doing. You may feel like, OMG, everyone knows what they're talking about. Like, am I the only one in here that's like totally unprepared? Because I was not prepared. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like not an academic. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. This is all so new. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just a girl going to college, trying to figure it out. I don't even know if I want to be here. So just accept it. No one knows what they're talking about. And okay, like, you know, Jane Doe may be like talking on academic, like, I believe that rhetoric stands for this, and oh, this is what this means, and this is what that means. But just, it's okay. It's okay to be self-conscious. It's okay to not know what you're doing, and it's okay. It's okay. Like, take a deep breath, because I didn't know anyone, and I was still in the same town I had lived in, and I was super scared, and I was still living with my mom. So if you're someone that is living in the dorms and is super scared and is out of state, like, I get it, and I'm here for you, and just know that you're not alone, and it will get better. So that's my message. And also, have fun, because I feel like I have a couple mental breakdowns each semester. Like, I can't do this, I'm not smart enough, I feel like everyone knows what they're doing, but at the end of the day, it's okay. And if you ask for help, like, professors will give it to you. They always have office hours, and if you just go and you email them and you're like, hey, I really don't understand this assignment, like, you know, can you talk to me through it? Or like, reading the modules over and over and over again, or like the assignment description, will really like help you understand what it's trying to say. So like the rubric, if you look at the rubric, it's going to be super, super complicated, but most of the time for beginner level classes, professors will have like examples of the assignment. And so if you just look at the assignment that they've given you, like the examples, sometimes that helps me, like, helps my brain start to think of like, okay, this is what the layout is supposed to look like. Like, this will help me with the introduction. Like, this is how this person started it. Now I have an understanding of like what I'm doing and like where to put my thoughts. Yeah, that's all I would say. And thank you guys for watching, and I will check in next week. I really want to vlog again, but I appreciate you guys kind of giving me a little break. I know there's not that many of you, but I definitely needed a break after, you know, life was kind of crazy. So yeah, but I hope you guys have a good semester, and I will check in next week.